Have you ever woken up in the morning and felt dizzy the moment your feet hit the floor? That strange, unsettling sensation where the room seems to spin slightly and you have to grip the edge of your nightstand to steady yourself? Maybe you've noticed a pounding sensation in your head that wasn't there before, or perhaps you felt lightheaded when standing up from your favorite chair. This happened to me about 6 months ago. I was having my usual morning routine, the same comforting ritual I'd followed for years. But something felt different. Wrong. I stood up from the breakfast table, and suddenly the kitchen felt like it was moving around me. My heart was racing, and there was this pressure behind my eyes that made me wonder if I was having some kind of episode. The questions that ran through my mind were terrifying. Is this the beginning of something serious? Could my daily drinks be silently raising my blood pressure without me even knowing it? That morning changed everything for me, because what I discovered about the drinks we consume every single day, drinks we think are harmless, even healthy, shocked me to my core. These aren't obvious culprits like alcohol. I'm talking about drinks that are sitting in your kitchen right now, drinks that you probably had yesterday, maybe even this morning. After age 60, your body processes liquids differently than it did when you were younger. Your kidneys aren't as efficient. Your blood vessels have lost some of their elasticity. Your heart has to work harder. And certain drinks that seemed perfectly fine for decades can now send your blood pressure soaring to dangerous levels. High blood pressure after 60 isn't just about feeling dizzy or having a headache. We're talking about the silent killer that puts you at risk for strokes, heart attacks, kidney failure, and a complete loss of independence. Here's what most doctors won't tell you. 3 specific drinks are responsible for more blood pressure spikes in seniors than any other dietary factor. These aren't rare beverages. They're drinks that 90% of people over 60 consume regularly, often multiple times per day, completely unaware that they're slowly damaging their cardiovascular system with every sip. The statistics are sobering. High blood pressure affects 75% of adults over 65. That's 3 out of every 4 seniors. But here's the terrifying part. It's called the silent killer for a reason. You can have dangerously high blood pressure for years without feeling a single symptom. No chest pain, no shortness of breath, no warning signs at all. Most seniors make the same dangerous assumption. My blood pressure goes up a little as I get older. That's just normal aging, right? Wrong. While blood pressure tends to increase with age, the dramatic spikes we're seeing often have nothing to do with aging and everything to do with what they're drinking. Your arteries become stiffer as you age. Think of it like a garden hose that's been left in the sun too long. It loses its flexibility and becomes rigid. Now imagine forcing water through that stiff hose under increasing pressure. That's exactly what happens when you consume the wrong drinks after 60. These 3 drinks don't just raise your blood pressure temporarily. They create a cascade of effects that compound over time, building up slowly, invisibly, until one day your doctor tells you that your blood pressure is dangerously high, or worse, you experience a stroke or heart attack seemingly out of nowhere. But there's hope. Unlike many health conditions, blood pressure responds remarkably well to dietary changes, especially what we drink. The same drinks that destroy your cardiovascular health can be replaced with alternatives that actually help lower your blood pressure. Hidden drink. Number 3, your morning coffee overload. This isn't about having a cup of coffee in the morning. This is about coffee creep, the gradual increase in coffee consumption that happens to many seniors without them realizing it. Think about your coffee habits now compared to 20 years ago. Maybe it started as 1 cup with breakfast, but now you have a second cup mid-morning, another after lunch, maybe even one in the late afternoon to combat that energy dip. Here's what happens when you consume excessive caffeine after 60. Caffeine causes your blood vessels to constrict, forces your heart to beat faster, and triggers stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. When you were 40, your body could handle these effects. But after 60, your cardiovascular system needs more time to recover. If you're drinking coffee throughout the day, you're keeping your blood pressure elevated for hours. Let me tell you about Dorothy, a 71-year-old retired librarian whose blood pressure jumped from normal to stage 2 hypertension in 6 months. Dorothy was confused. She exercised regularly and ate healthy. When we examined her routine, Dorothy had been slowly increasing her coffee intake. She'd have her morning cup at home, then another when she arrived at volunteer work. The library provided free coffee, so she'd have a cup during her break and another in the afternoon. Dorothy was consuming over 600 milligrams of caffeine per day, more than twice the recommended maximum for seniors. Her blood pressure was spiking multiple times throughout each day, never getting a chance to recover. But coffee overload doesn't just affect blood pressure while you're drinking it. Excessive caffeine disrupts sleep, and poor sleep is directly linked to higher blood pressure. It increases stress levels and triggers anxiety, causing additional spikes. Dorothy was caught in a vicious cycle. More coffee meant worse sleep. Worse sleep meant more fatigue, leading to even more coffee. Meanwhile, her blood pressure climbed steadily higher. We implemented the coffee boundary system. Dorothy kept her beloved morning cup, but switched to decaffeinated herbal teas for the rest of the day. Within 2 weeks, she slept better. Within a month, her afternoon crashes disappeared. After 6 weeks, her blood pressure dropped back to normal range. The safe alternative is simple. Limit yourself to 1 cup of regular coffee in the morning. For warm beverages throughout the day, switch to herbal teas like chamomile, peppermint, or ginger tea. These avoid blood pressure spikes and actually contain compounds that help lower blood pressure naturally. Hidden drink. Number 2, the fruit juice deception. This will shock you because fruit juice has been marketed as healthy for decades. We've been told it's a good source of vitamins and counts toward daily fruit intake. For seniors, many believe fruit juice is an easy way to get nutrients when appetite declines. But here's the truth. Fruit juice is essentially liquid sugar that sends your blood pressure soaring faster than almost any other beverage. Even 100% pure fruit juice with no added sugars is concentrated fructose without fiber that would slow absorption. When you drink orange juice, your blood sugar spikes dramatically within minutes. Your pancreas releases insulin to handle this surge. But insulin doesn't just affect blood sugar. It causes your kidneys to retain sodium and your blood vessels to constrict. Both effects directly increase blood pressure. After 60, this becomes more problematic because insulin sensitivity decreases with age. You need more insulin to handle the same sugar, leading to greater sodium retention and blood vessel constriction. Let me share Frank's story. Frank was a 73-year-old retired accountant who started every morning with a large glass of fresh orange juice for 10 years. He squeezed the oranges himself, convinced he was being healthy. Frank had been taking blood pressure medication for years, but his numbers kept creeping higher despite increasing dosages. Some days acceptable, other days dangerously high, seemingly without reason. When Frank tracked his diet and blood pressure for 2 weeks, we discovered a pattern. His pressure was consistently highest in the morning, about 2 hours after his orange juice. That single glass contained the sugar equivalent of 6 whole oranges without any fiber to slow absorption. The morning blood sugar and insulin spike was causing Frank's blood pressure to soar, lasting well into the afternoon. He was starting each day by stressing his cardiovascular system, then wondering why medication wasn't working. We replaced Frank's orange juice with a whole orange and water. Within 1 week, his morning readings began normalizing. Within a month, his doctor reduced his blood pressure medication for the first time in years. The problem with fruit juice is portion size. When you eat an orange, you feel satisfied after 1, maybe 2. When you drink juice, you easily consume 4 to 6 oranges worth in a single glass without feeling full. This massive sugar load is more than your 60-plus metabolism can handle. The safe alternative is simple. Instead of juice, eat whole fruits. The fiber slows sugar absorption, chewing helps with satiety, and you get nutrients without blood pressure spikes. If you miss fruity drinks, try infused water with fresh fruit slices, or blend whole fruits with ice and water for smoothies where you keep the fiber. Hidden drink. Number 1. The energy drink trap for seniors. When I say energy drinks, you might think this doesn't apply to you. But this hidden danger is widespread among seniors, often disguised as something innocent and health-focused. I'm talking about those healthy energy beverages specifically marketed to older adults, the ones promising sustained energy for active seniors or natural vitality boost for mature adults. These appear in pharmacies and health stores, positioned next to vitamin supplements. These products prey on seniors' biggest concern: fatigue and declining energy. The marketing is brilliant and insidious. They don't look like energy drinks. They come in sophisticated packaging with words like wellness, vitality, and active aging. They claim to be formulated specifically for adults over 60. But here's the shocking truth. Many contain more caffeine than coffee, plus stimulants like taurine, guarana, and ginseng. They're loaded with artificial sweeteners affecting blood pressure. They often have extremely high B vitamin levels, causing heart palpitations. Worst of all, they include hidden sodium levels that send blood pressure skyrocketing. Let me tell you about Margaret's terrifying experience. Margaret was a 68-year-old grandmother feeling increasingly tired. Her doctor said fatigue was normal aging, but Margaret refused to accept that. She wanted to keep up with grandchildren and maintain her active lifestyle. When Margaret saw an advertisement for an energy drink designed for women over 60 who refused to slow down, she was interested. It claimed natural, sustained energy without coffee jitters, containing essential nutrients older women often lack. Margaret started having one every morning with breakfast. At first, she felt great. More energy, more like her old self. But after 2 weeks, she began experiencing heart palpitations and afternoon anxiety, despite the product's claims about avoiding these effects. The crisis came on a Tuesday morning 3 weeks later. Margaret woke up dizzy and nauseous. When she tried to stand, the room spun violently. Her daughter found her on the bedroom floor, confused and unable to get up without falling. At the emergency room, Margaret's blood pressure was 190 over 110, dangerously high, requiring immediate intervention. Doctors couldn't understand the dramatic spike. Margaret had never had blood pressure problems. We discovered the culprit in her healthy energy drink. Each serving contained 200 milligrams of caffeine, equivalent to 2.5 cups of coffee. It also had 400 milligrams of sodium, multiple stimulant herbs, and artificial sweeteners linked to blood pressure elevation. Margaret had been consuming this cardiovascular stress cocktail every morning for 3 weeks. Her aging body couldn't handle the repeated assault on her circulatory system. When Margaret stopped the drink, she experienced severe withdrawal, headaches, irritability, fatigue lasting over a week. She almost started drinking it again, thinking benefits outweighed risks. We replaced her energy drink with green tea, providing gentle natural caffeine, and a B vitamin complex taken with food. We added a morning walk for natural energy. Margaret's blood pressure gradually normalized over 6 weeks. Her energy stabilized without artificial peaks and crashes. She learned that sustainable energy after 60 comes from proper nutrition, adequate sleep, regular movement, and stress management, not stimulant beverages. Safe alternatives for natural energy. Start with green tea, providing gentle caffeine plus L-theanine for calm alertness. Stay hydrated with plain water. Dehydration is a common fatigue cause in seniors. For afternoon pick-me-ups, try nuts or fruit rather than stimulants. Consider a quality B vitamin complex with food. Most importantly, if you're chronically fatigued, work with your healthcare provider to identify underlying causes rather than masking symptoms with stimulant drinks. The path to recovery and hope. The effects of these drinks on your blood pressure are reversible. Your cardiovascular system has remarkable healing ability when you remove stress sources and provide what it needs to function optimally. Your blood vessels can regain elasticity. Your heart can become more efficient. Your kidneys can improve function. Your body can relearn natural blood pressure regulation. This recovery requires consistent changes to what you consume daily. Improvements often happen faster than expected. Many see measurable blood pressure improvements within 2 to 4 weeks of eliminating problematic drinks and replacing them with heart-healthy alternatives. Robert was a 75-year-old retired engineer whose blood pressure had climbed steadily for 2 years despite medication increases. He drank 4 cups of coffee daily, had orange juice with breakfast, and used afternoon energy supplement powder. We created a simple replacement plan. His morning coffee became a single cup followed by herbal tea. Orange juice became half a grapefruit and water. Afternoon energy powder became a 10-minute walk and healthy snack. Within 2 weeks, Robert's morning readings improved significantly. By month's end, afternoon readings were normal for the first time in over a year. After 3 months, his doctor reduced blood pressure medication, and his energy levels were better than they'd been in years. Robert's sleep improved dramatically without excessive caffeine. His mood stabilized without sugar and caffeine roller coasters. He lost 8 pounds without trying because he wasn't consuming hundreds of empty beverage calories daily. Most importantly, Robert felt empowered. For the first time in years, he had control over his health rather than feeling his body was betraying him. Your action plan. Take an honest inventory of what you're drinking daily. Write it down. Every cup of coffee, glass of juice, energy drink, or supplement. You might be surprised by actual consumption. Identify which categories apply to your habits. Too much caffeine throughout the day? Drinking fruit juice thinking it's healthy? Using energy drinks to combat fatigue? Choose one change this week. Don't overhaul everything at once. Pick the most obvious problem and replace it with a heart-healthy alternative. If drinking multiple coffees, cut to 1 and substitute herbal tea. If having daily fruit juice, replace with whole fruit and water. If using energy drinks, try green tea and a short walk. Monitor how you feel making these changes. Pay attention to energy levels, sleep quality, morning feelings, and any changes in dizziness or heart palpitations. Your body will likely respond positively quickly. Be patient with yourself. These habits developed over years and need time to establish new, healthier patterns. But remember, every healthy choice gives your cardiovascular system a chance to recover and function better. You're not powerless against high blood pressure. While you can't control aging or genetics, you have complete control over daily drink choices. Those choices can be the difference between maintaining independence and vitality or facing serious cardiovascular complications. Which of these 3 drinks shocked you most? Coffee overload trap, fruit juice deception, or energy drink? Targeting seniors? Share your thoughts in the comments. If this helped you understand hidden dangers in your routine, please like this video and share it with other seniors who need to know about these blood pressure threats. Your sharing could literally save someone's life. Subscribe for more life-saving health information for seniors. In our next video, I'll reveal 5 foods that secretly weaken your memory after 60. Foods probably in your kitchen right now, silently affecting cognitive function. Your blood pressure doesn't have to be a mystery. You have power to make changes that protect your heart, preserve independence, and add healthy years to your life. Start today. Start small, but start now. Your future self will thank you for taking control of your cardiovascular health right now.